Welcome to Hot Button Hashtags. My name is Matt. Today, I want to talk about me. I want to talk about me every day, but today I'm actually going to do it. I realize I talk a lot. That's pretty much what I do on this channel. Talk about my opinions, my thoughts, and I review things, and I'm usually rude about them. But today you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a me review. Yeah, I'm going to review myself. This is such a fun idea. I literally just had it. I know it seems like, oh, convenient. No, I really did just think of it, and I'm totally going to do it. Let's talk about Matt Beers. Matt Beers doesn't always watch where he's going when he's driving, nor does he hold onto the steering wheel. He stops at stop signs, though. I was born January 11th, 1978. If you do the math, don't bother, I'll do it for you. I'm 39 years old. I've lived a lot, I've learned a lot, I've made a lot of mistakes. I've discovered in my 39 years that I learn way more from my mistakes than I do from my successes. A brief foray into statistics here. You will learn more from your mistakes if that's all you have. I don't only make mistakes. I have like a handful of successes. My wife, that was a good call. My 3 kids, that was her call, but I agreed with it. I mean, she didn't put those babies there herself. I'm going about this all wrong. I'm all over the place here, and I just started. I feel like I just dumped out a box of Legos. I don't have anything sorted. I don't have anything figured out. I don't even know what I'm gonna build. I was born in 1978. 1978 was a special time. Star Wars was still in the theaters when I was born. The original Star Wars, the OG, Tridge Star Wars. I'm not doing a very good job of reviewing myself. So the first thing I'd notice about myself in this review, I'm not a very well-organized person. Out of 5 stars, I'd only give myself 2 for organization. But I have a very realistic view of myself, so for realism, I'd give myself like 4 stars. That's pretty good. Maybe 3 stars. See, I'm being real. I'm back up to 4. Self-preservation, 2 stars. Because you didn't see how close I came to getting hit back there. Decision-making. Well, I'm about to go into Salvation Army and buy something I don't need, so probably a 1. Singing, 30 stars. For video making, 5 stars. My decision making just went through the roof because I went into the Salvation Army and bought, drumroll, a pair of pants that I actually needed. Yeah. So I'm up to like 2 stars. Parking brake, 5 stars. Timing, 0 stars. I just have the worst timing ever. You can ask anybody, but don't ask them yet. Wait till I tell them what to say. I'm gonna wait for this person because waiting is good timing. You know what? I had worse timing before this video. If I'd said 0 timing yesterday, it would have been much more accurate. It would have been spot on. But today I have better timing, so I can't really say 0 timing. All over the place with my timing. I always say the wrong number of stars on the wrong day. If I'm having good timing, I always say I'm like 0 stars. But if I have like really bad timing, I'm like, I have great timing. I never know what's going on. Parking at the library, 4 stars. Shortly before I was born, my dad left my mom. He left her with my older brother, who was 6 at the time, my older sister, who was 3 at the time, and me, soon to be alive. My mom had no job, she had no experience. It was not the classiest move a guy can make, if I'm honest. My parents got back together when I was 2, so in the 2 years that I had been alive prior to them getting back together, I had established a norm. I had established an understanding of who was who in my life. My dad didn't make it on that list. So he came back to a household that had drastically changed from the one he had left. When he left, there were 2 little kids and he was in charge and everybody respected him. He left, he came back, and everyone was a little curious about what was going to happen next. Should we trust him? What's the deal here? And there's this new baby who seemed to run everything. That was me. He came back to a place that he wasn't really comfortable with. He came into a place and made it a little awkward for me. So I don't think he and I ever really clicked. We never really considered each other to be permanent parts of our lives. Like he was suspicious of me, I was suspicious of him, and that pretty much tempered our entire relationship. And that awkward relationship with my father has kind of been a keystone in most of the things that I do in my life, even though I don't realize it. My dad, he was not a terrific people person. He never learned to listen to other people. He never learned to ask questions about other people. Whenever he had a conversation, he always made it about himself and about what he wanted and what he had going on. I do that. I definitely do that. 9 years after he came back, my dad left again, and he made a habit of spending time with strangers. He spent a lot of his time in truck stops, people coming, people going, the same kind of people, a lot of like societal tropes. And so he got to tell his same stories over and over and over, and it was always fresh and it was always new and it was always exciting. And he never formed any deep, lasting relationships with people. He did get married at one point in time, but she left him like a year later because he was grumpy. Yeah, grumpy's a good word. My dad was not a people person. I used to be a people person before I realized that I don't like people and they don't like me. So now I'm a YouTube person? I don't know what I am. I have to remind myself every day that the only thing keeping me from falling into that same meaningless abyss that he fell into is my wife and my kids and the people that I have in my life daily. And I need to keep those people there, and I need to think about them, and I need to ask them questions. I need to find out what's going on in their lives. I need to be more interested than I am naturally, because frankly, I'm sorry. Most of my friends, I couldn't tell you what they do for a living. I couldn't describe it for you. I know one of them works in his basement on a computer, and one of them works in a factory. I think he's in charge. And one of them is an accountant, maybe. And my very dearest friend, I know what he does for a living. He does nothing. He's kind of my hero. I don't really spare a lot of thought for people in my life. So I get like half a star for friendship. But it's my dad's fault. Oh, and I get 0 stars for being a son. Because I suck at being a son. I have not called my dad since, oh my gosh, since before he died. So, guilt. What else? Running a daycare. Well, let's see. That's tricky because I get 5 stars because I show up every day. I mean, it doesn't hurt that it's in my house. But I get like 1 star because I'm suspecting that I'm not very good at it. So let's balance it out, and I'll give myself 3 stars. I also do some freelance writing, and as far as writing goes, I think I'm an excellent writer, 5 stars, but I don't do it very often, so like 1 star. But when I freelance, I feel like I produce a pretty decent product, 4 stars. But I also drag my feet until like the deadline is breathing down my neck, so 2 stars. So that's 22 stars? That's not. Math! No stars! As far as being a dad, I don't know. My kids seem to like me. My wife appreciates that I'm around when she needs to go somewhere, so then she doesn't have to get a babysitter. So, some stars. That's me. I get some stars. Yay, that's a review of me. This did not go well. This was not what I expected it to be. Thanks for watching. A quick foray into statics. Seriously, I'm a dummy dums.